Hey everybody, my name is Chumbaroony. I'm here with another strategy that I like to use every day in conjunction with my trend following strategy. This one is a mean reversion strategy. Um, this one is essentially what I'm looking for is price to be overextended one way, and I'm looking for it to revert back to like VWAP, which is like an average kind of distribution price. Um, these are the first and second deviations of VWAP. That's what those lines are, and those are important areas. There's two certain candle combinations that are gonna make more sense in a minute. I'm looking for 3, 2, 2 candles and 2, 2, 2 candles down there. 3 anywhere, 2's just down here below this. 3's anywhere below this. So all those numbers will make sense in just a minute. The candle combinations that I use are in regards to the Strat candle combinations made popular by Rob Smith, I think his name is. Basically what I'm looking for is one of these guys or one of these guys if I'm going long, like in this situation like we have back here. Basically what I'm looking for is an engulfing bar, something that engulfs the entire candle right before it. That gets me paying attention. And then I want a candle that breaks down below only one way, and it needs to be in a long situation. I'm looking for a breakdown lower and then go back higher, right? So this, I want the engulfing, and then something to break lower, and then something to break higher. Um, This is essentially the same idea, but replacing the engulfing with just a normal down 2 bar. I actually like to call this one the 2, 2, 2 bar candle combination. And you can see that uh, right here, for example, I get a down breaking 2, a down breaking 2, and then an up breaking 2. And like I was saying before, you probably knew what all the candle numbers meant. I only take the 2, 2, 2 ones down below the second standard deviation, like you can see here. There needs to be a little bit of a gap between the entries point, which is right here, and the line itself too, for my particular strategy. Anywhere under this first standard deviation line, anywhere under there, it could be down here, it could be right here. I'll take a 3, 2, 2 candle combination, which is the engulfing, the break low, and then the break back up. I only do this during the New York session. This is NQ futures 1 minute chart. That's where I execute the strategy 100% of the time. Oh, ES too, with just 5-point targets either way. 5 and 10 is my secondary, and then VWAP as the final runner target. So you see here, for example, we start off the New York session right here at this line, 6:30. That's the opening bell for me. We start off with the 3 candle. It engulfs both sides of the candle before it, and then it breaks lower below the bottom of the 3 on the next candle. So as soon as I see that, we're at the first standard deviation. This is the beginning of a 3-2-3 combination. So as soon as that 2 breaks lower, that's when I place my stop order to be filled on the next one. Well, I wait until this is closed, and as soon as this candle opens, that's when this order gets placed. And it just sits there and waits, and then when it gets filled, I'm long. My initial target's 20 points either way, stop loss, first target. Once that gets hit, I move my stop up to break even. I move my secondary target up to 40 points. That's where I trim. I have like 90% of my, I take off half my position at 20, up to 90% at 40, and then I let the rest run to VWAP if that happens. this entire strategy was developed in attempts to literally try to grab this move right here because they happen all the time. They're kind of hard to predict sometimes though, but this was my attempt to try to figure out a solution to that and be able to capture those opportunities. So then you can see the rest of the day play on. So I'll show you a few more examples throughout the day. Everything between these two lines, all this price action in here, I just basically ignore it unless it's pinged up against the lines there. Then I'll pay attention. But um, this doesn't have one of my combinations, so I'm ignoring that guy over there. And then not paying attention again until we cross back above the standard deviation. Since we're well above VWAP, I'm looking and overextended. I'm looking for a return back down to VWAP now. Since we're only above the first VWAP line, I'm only looking for 3, 2, 2s. In this case, I get one here. Take that, 20 points, 80 ticks. Ah, shit, that one stopped out. Oh well, that happens. Because guess what? 15 minutes later, another opportunity arises. And this one was a little more fruitful for me. 20 points. Uh, trim half the position at the 20. Move my stop up to break even. Secondary targets look for 40, but this one stops back out at break even. Cool. That happens sometimes. These ones, this is a good example right here. You might be asking, why doesn't this one count, right? You get a 3, a 2, and then it just kind of, you get that one inside bar, and then you get a break back down. You might be asking yourself, do you take that? That's still essentially the same idea. No, I don't take that. These candles need to happen consecutively. So it needs to be one after the other. If there's ever anything in between, it's a big no-no. I have to reset, right? So we see we get stopped out after that one. We keep looking. There's nothing more over here. This stuff is not even in question because it's not above my VWAP deviations. Looks like we get another opportunity here, another engulfing setup here. Doesn't look like it works though. But that's fine because there's always more setups to come, and this overall wins more than it loses, so we just take them as they come. This one, again right here, 3, break higher, break lower, 20-point target initially, that gets hit. Once that's hit, we move our stops up to break even. 40-point secondary target, that gets hit. There's still 15 minutes left in the session. You can see 13 is the end, that's the closing bell. So the NYSE session is all this green stuff, green background in here. So this is actually, you hit the secondary target, you get like 15 minutes left in the day. This is a great time to let a runner run because a lot of times this dump will just dump and crash back down into the VWAP here. Obviously, it didn't happen this day, and that's fine because I just closed my trade right at the end of the day. So I actually still ended that runner with a few points of profit, 30 points of profit um, before it got stopped back out up here on a break even. So I do the same thing with ES, except my targets are just 20 ticks and 40 ticks for the take profits, which is 5 and 10 points. Stop loss is just 5 points, and move it up to break even once you hit the first target take profit target. So something cool about this strategy is that, and if you've watched my other video, I have an EMA strategy where I try to capture the trend. And I'm going to leave these trades up so we remember where my mean reversion trades were. I'm going to leave them just how they are. Just know that just remember This was a winner. This was a loser. Sorry, this is a full winner. This is a full loser. This was a half winner. This was a full loser, and this was a full winner. Because I consider a full winner just the 20, 40 targets being hit. Uh, Making it back up to VWAP, that's just gravy, and I never really factored that into my back testing when I was developing this. So that's just something that I do that I've noticed was a little bit cool too. But anyways, if you if I bring up the other strategy, the EMAs, and I put those trades in here, you can see how these two strategies kind of work together. That was the first one you see, because remember the other strategy is you're in a downtrend, it has to pull back, close above the slow EMA, and then close back below the fast EMA, and then that's where we're taking our trade. And in this case, back to the just adding in where they were. I think this was the 100-point trade from that video. Yeah. See, right as this trade's ending, 100 points, we take profit at 100 points on that other strategy. And then as that ends, I start getting short signals for my mean reversion strategy like 10 minutes later. So this kind of thing happens a lot. And even right over here, you can see that sometimes getting this other strategy signal firing in the opposite direction might compel me to maybe just close down my whole position, um, you know, right as this other short that I had actually lost. It might have been a good idea. Like when this happened, there's a good chance that I closed that down right there and tried to go short. But then, obviously I would have ended up losing and then winning. But you can see how these kind of work together. Like one's an ebb, one's a flow. One's a ebb, one's a flow. Um, in that sense. And that's kind of how I developed these. I developed the EMA one first and then kind of was like, well, there's so much other stuff that I'm not capitalizing on. And after those happen, a lot of times it returns to VWAP. So I was trying to like just figure out different ways to capitalize on when it returns to VWAP. And this is so far the best way I've been able to figure out. So I just want to share it with everybody. This works for me. Remember, I'm not like your financial advisor or anything. I'm not suggesting you take these trades. I'm not suggesting you risk money like that, like I do. I'm just sharing what I do. This has worked for me for a while now. So I hope you guys maybe learned something, or if you have questions or anything, just let me know in the comments. Thanks.